Morning guys, how you going again? So this should be 36 I think. I'm still middle editing 35. I think I said when I was filming yesterday 34, but I'm 35. The one I'm editing still. But anyway, so it's Saturday morning. It's freaking getting really cold and shitty now. It's not cold and shitty as in like really minus belows here, but because we're on that southern coast and all the cold weather comes from Antarctica, because that's the next stop. Anything that comes off that southern ocean, it's just wet, miserable and cold. Like it, we get down into the early minuses, so below freezing, and yeah, it's a different, like it's not dry cold, it's wet, miserable, and yeah, like there's no heat in here, so you just got to put up with the elements. So I was throwing the thermals underneath the old freaking track pants today, just to try and keep a bit of warmth in. But anyway, so I've got some bolts to throw in those places where the bolts aren't. Hopefully these are long enough. I think the measurement I gave them should be right. So I'll just have a quick wee do. On the ruler. Yep, these should be pretty good. I think I needed a minimum of about 85 mils to poke through down below the steel. So yeah, I've got about 15 mil, half an inch, give or take, you know, enough. I think I'll find out when I put them through. I got me mutton Jimmy's pie. Jimmy's is the brand. They make heaps of different pies. This is a mutton pie, which is basically sheep, old sheep. There's lots of pepper and stuff in it, so it's pretty good. And got me orange and apple fresh up. I don't know if this. I think this is a New Zealand brand. Yeah, it's basically orange juice and apple juice mixed together. It's pretty good. It's been quite a go-to here in New Zealand for a long time. There's heaps of other brands, but this has always sort of been what it says, classic for a long time around here. So anyway, I guess I forgot to turn that off before I left yesterday. So yeah, I'm going to have the pie, and then we'll get into something. While I'm munching here, I just thought about it. Holy shit balls, is my other music reaction channel going nuts. I think as I speak are about almost 1100 subscribers. Look, the biggest view on the very first video that I did, it's about 58 or 59,000 views. The last two videos I've done, which are really exploding, for a band called Nightwish, if you have heard of them. Yeah, they're going through the roof. Not the one I've just done, the one I did, I think it was dropped yesterday or the day before, whatever it was. That's well in the mid-teen views, like 1,000 views. And the other one's climbing along fast behind it. I dropped that sort of midday yesterday. Yeah, and it's well in the early thousands, 4,000 or 5,000 within sort of 20 or less than 24 hours, and just getting comments galore. I'm really struggling to keep up. I have a quick sort of browse through, and if I sort of see any comments there that reflect back to me quite well, because I get a lot of comments just recommending stuff and going, thanks and whatever. And I just give them a thumbs up and the old love heart thing. I try to do that with every comment, but I sort of try and sort of gaze through them and sort of try and read bits and pieces that come out to me. And if I see anything that that sort of sticks out at me, I'll try and answer, because yeah, it's getting harder and harder and harder. I can see why these big channels, they just don't, unless they had probably 2 or 3 people sitting there freaking answering questions, like it's freaking impossible. you just don't have the time. By the time I do here and edit and eat tea and try and be with the family, and then late at night try and do another couple, wee bit more editing, or try and get videos up, or even record a couple of music videos, which I need to do some more of because I'm just about out of content to keep posting up. The beauty of that though is if I've got an hour free, I can record 3 or 4 videos, and then I just, as I get a chance over the next few days, I can just pop them together and throw them up, which, yeah, it's not terribly difficult. It's a little bit of screwing around to trying to make thumbnails, but that seems to help drag in. But obviously it's also, I'm starting to see people drop over. As I'm scanning through comments, you know, on the last video I put up, I've probably seen at least, I don't know, 5 or 6 comments. Yeah, oh cool, you know, Marko, yeah, I'll come over and check your channel out. And I've even seen a few others that haven't seen much about Marko. So, oh yeah, cool car stuff, you know, you got a car channel too, I'll jump over and have a look. You know, and I'm picking the odd one up through that, so that's cool, it's working. What I want it to do, and hoping that I've seen the odd mention there too, you know, oh, your merch looks pretty cool too, you know, I might, you know, hopefully I'll try and be able to buy something, so hopefully that will start happening too, especially as the views go up and the subscribers go up. I'm hoping that will eventually fall over, and then the missus won't be on my back so much either, because that's a bit of a battle. All this YouTube content stuff and making stuff, and yeah, it's like, yeah, I get moaned at that I'm not doing it enough with the family. But I said, one day it's going to pay for itself. Yeah, at the moment it's a bit of a hard slog, and maybe one day, if we ever get to America and working with Heidi and Arco, between the 2 channels, we might be able to actually employ somebody to just help edit and put content up, which will give us time back too. Then we can employ somebody so they can edit and do the stuff from the day before, you know, 2 days ago, all types of stuff, and put it up. And obviously we can just sit there and have a quick scan across and just see if we're happy with what we were trying to relay through on the video, whatever, you know. So that's possibly a future thing, because yeah, you do see some of these big channels, you know, and they've got guys, other people doing that. The main people are just videoing and obviously doing a bit of stuff, and then they've got the other guys that help do the other stuff, so they don't have to edit so much more anymore. You know, obviously that comes with bigger numbers, but that would be nice one day too. But yeah, I'll stop flapping on because I'm just filming the video. It's full of me talking and eating a pie. Right, so the first thing I'm going to do is going to check to see if a couple of these fit. I'm not going to panic about putting them in today. I'm not worried about it. I'll just make sure that through 2 of the holes that they're long enough, and I'll just leave them in there obviously. But I want to, well, I may as well put the bastards in. I'll put the ones in that I check anyway, and then I'll do the other ones when I get a chance, because I'd rather fix stuff that's bolted down now, even if it's not right with the right thing. But I've still got to make 2 more shims for this back door to try and move it out a little bit at the front edge. Just want to shim it out a little bit towards that way, and then I will, I can't do much with that front door yet until we get the bandsaw here. Yeah, after that I'll find something else to do. Anyway, so what I'll do is I'll rip one of these back bolts out on this side, and obviously bolt it down. Spinner. You don't really need to see me do this, so I'll be back in a minute. So I got one in there that fits, so I replaced obviously that other piece of all thread. So I'll just see if they fit in the front. Righty, so I've been fighting with this bloody door for a bit. So what have I done? I think I put 2 shims in each door, on each one of these ones. Put one in here. Now I can get the door to close reasonably good. I'll put the lock in there. Gap's probably a little wide at that bottom. It's not bad down here. This lines up fairly well. I've still got a little issue with the top of the door sticking out a little bit. Hopefully I can maybe undo those top screws and try and let that, I don't know, maybe just let this move a little bit out. But I'm not 100% sure on that, because if I let that move out, it's still going to keep, but even if it just moves out at the top a little bit and then just re-screw this if I can, I'll play with that if I need to. And obviously that gap around the arch is too tight, but I can fix that with doing metal work. But at least, because before or after we've bolted here, bolted there, and that's changed the dynamics of the body a little bit, or the shape of the body. It was catching there, I couldn't get it to close with the lock in it, because I put the actual catch back in it. Before it was catching down there, and it wasn't really fitting very well at all. It's better. I'll keep playing with it, but yeah, I couldn't even get the door to close before. It was hitting this piece here. It was hitting about here. It was also the bottom of the door was scraping down here, so I had to. That's why I put another shim in there, just to try and kick that door up a little bit and trying to get it to line up across the top. It's always been okay here, but yeah, it wouldn't line up across the top. So hopefully I'll fix that. It's just a matter of trying to tweak this out a little bit, and maybe just try and pull. It's bloody hard because it's wood. It's very awkward to get it to move. You can steam it and hold it in shape, but that's like, I haven't got anywhere to try and steam the wood and try and hold it in a shape and let it dry and sit. And then if it's too far, well, then you got to try and bring it back again. Whereas steel, you can cut and you shift it. And, yeah, wood's awkward. It's it's not easy to work with. It is, but it isn't. Like I could try and take the skin off and shave a little bit off the inner structure and then just shift the top of the door over, which is a possibility too. I could do that. There's lots of little things you just, like I can manipulate this quite, by hand without too much force. So like, it's not to say that I can't just let this go and get it to come over a little bit, and just get that bit better. So all these little things you're just fighting with wood. Steel is, steel is so much easier to manipulate. Like if something doesn't really fit properly and you're getting really, really stuck, at least you can cut it with a grinder and weld it and whatever and shift things, or you can modify something. Like you can with wood, but you can't. Once you cut wood, you can't. It's not so easy to put back together, if you know what I mean. Like you can always glue a piece back on or whatever, but it's not quite the same. Like at least with a bit of metal, if you cut a bit far, you can weld a piece back in. Within reason, but where you can like slice the bodywork, you can split it and you can open up, you can open a little gap, and then re-weld it, and all of a sudden, things fit nicely. But yeah, anyway, I'm going to bugger off. I'm trying to find some more of these. I put a video up on Facebook, one of the New Zealand pages. A guy messaged me, he said he's got some Model A ones locally, so I'm going to rip this one off, and hopefully after lunch I'm going to go see him and just see what the difference is between the Model A and the Studebaker ones. The Model A ones are really close. It might be worth grabbing. But yeah, if they're too far away, like I don't want to be trying to modify Model A ones to fit this one. You don't want door handles in different places just so you got door latches, if you know what I mean. I'd rather have them in the right place. So yeah, like I've got bits here we can probably make or get something 3D printed or recast, but if we can find a couple proper Studebaker ones, because all the other parts cards that are here, they're obviously either missing or broken or just we weren't even there. So yeah. Anyway, I'll pull this thing off and we'll see you on Monday probably, if I don't get a video up with this in it. I think it must be Christmas morning. New bandsaw and a sheet metal finger brake, or folder as we call it here in New Zealand. Cool. Alrighty, where did we get on Saturday? So I'm sort of about done here with this, apart from a little bit of tweaking here. Got this door to make. Obviously just a little bit of tweaking at the tops of the doors. This one's got to do a little bit of metalwork, a little bit of fluff around it here. Obviously make something that I can slip up underneath the edge to try and give this a little bit more shape. Bring it out. Not a lot. Just because we should have a nice gentle curve in here, and then it sort of kicks and goes flat where it should be. Just have a nice little radius on it there. So with a little bit of tweaking, and then obviously just a little slither of wood up and behind here, and just put a little bit of shape in that. That'll make a huge difference there. And obviously a little tweak with the caption stuff. This door is pretty good now. Probably just minor little adjustments, possibly. Doing the final body prep and got a little bit of material to add to this edge. We'll start writing a few things down actually on the body so I don't forget. And obviously major cleanup of the steel, because it looks like crap at the moment, but it'll be brother for another mother. So we'll get into making this door. So yeah, sorry, I was just checking out some messages that Arco sent me. He's just got his new welding table beside his old one, so if you want to go check that out. Hopefully the video up. I actually got a video of his welding table on the trailer that they picked up. It's absolutely massive, this big huge welding table. He's going to drill it full of holes so he can use it as a layout table to build frames or bodies or whatever else he wants in there, or build a whole car on this big massive welding table. We say it's 5 foot or whatever it is wide, and I can't remember, it's huge, it's bloody massive. Anyway, yeah, go and watch his channel if you want to have a quick look at that. Hopefully we'll have some more videos coming up in the next, I wouldn't say in the next few days, but maybe early next week or something like that. He might have a video on it, because I know he's away for a few days doing other stuff. But yeah, so we need to make a door. So how are we going to do that? Well, I've got some timber here to make it out of, like you seen the other day. So we can remake these wood pieces. We'll start maybe making these wood pieces. So what do we need for that? Something to cut wood with, I suppose. I got one of those, bandsaw. And I'm going to make a skin. So what do we need to make that? A folder. We also need an English wheel, but we've got one that we can go use. So yeah, so we use the folder to obviously fold the edges over to start it, and to make the rib at the top, we'll need an English wheel just to put a gentle curve in it both ways, slightly more one way than the other. But first thing we'll do is we'll start working out how to get this inner structure made. Once I've got that close-ish and got it together without final shaping, and I mean final outside shaping, I'll screw it onto here and work out exact what I need to take off. So I'll get the obviously the hinge points carved into it, and obviously leave enough material so it sticks out, and then I can mark exactly where I need to cut it off to fit within these, and then obviously allow for the outer skin and the bits to hold it on. So we'll get ourselves organised and work out how we're going to start cutting these out, and hopefully not have to do it too many times. Righty guys, so welcome back. So I've sort of just done a little review on this bandsaw that we're going to use. When I go through and run it, I'll tell you a couple of flaws that we found, or that I found in it. Well, I couldn't even get it to turn on for a start off, but yeah, it was just the little shut-off switch in behind one of the doors wasn't being activated properly. So I had to do a couple of little modifications, but anyway, so I'll make this the first piece we cut out. Which way will we cut this? The side. See how we get on. See if I can screw it up or not. I'll sit back here again. Be nice to be a little bit closer, but it's about all I can do at the moment. I can stick it on a tripod, I suppose, and get nice and close, can I? Come back. Right, we'll try this. Just set me guide up. Look at that, where that come from. It was there. Come loose, but you'll have to have a decent look, because I don't know whether this is all moved or what's going on. I assume that guide's meant to be, looked like it was in the middle of the blade there before, but maybe not. Anyway, we'll work it out later. Come back and screw this back together. go and have some lunch. I finally got it sorted out. I still don't know why this thing here is not attached at the top. Doesn't really make any sense. So I've set all these pieces to hold this steady again, because obviously it was just put together and sort of left. I had a bit of a look at it and it's like, well, so I sort of unscrewed this to try and figure out where that other little bolt come from that actually held all this in here. And I figured out where that came from and a few other things. Yeah, it's like far out. Just thrown together. Piss poor quality control as far as I'm concerned, but should be right. So let's do a quick right down here and we'll cut the excess off here, and then yeah, we'll work out what I'm going to do next and how I'm going to measure to get all these in the right places. Because that'll probably be the next thing I do, is sort of cut these down and then get it sort of fitting together and just trim until everything sort of nestles together nicely. Yeah. Right. We're a few steps closer there. So we'll come back over to here, I guess, and just work out what the next steps are, right? Righty, so these are the pieces that I've cut, just rough size and shape so far. So obviously now I've got to work out, probably the best thing to do would be make each piece and fit it to the old first, and then what, replace one and then make the next one and replace it. So yeah, that's probably the best way to do it, is if these pieces will fit in the back in the space where the other piece come from. We're in the ballpark, I guess. So yeah, it's just a matter of figuring out where to start cutting, if you know what I mean. Like, as you can see, guessing that this table is flat, how much gap there is. So this piece is fairly flat down here now. We're not remaking this piece, we're going to use it because it's solid. Apart from there, I'll see a few nail holes in there, but it's, well, it sounds nice and solid and be quite cool to have an original piece of the car in there. That's if it is an original piece. I'm guessing it is. So yeah, now we're going to put that in that way. That's why I've marked, this is the back edge of the door, front edge of the door, bottom, top, back. So yeah, like keep the orientation right. Because nothing worse than start cutting something and you got it backwards or something like that and something doesn't work. So yeah. So just gotta be careful and cut things in the right place. Yeah. We should start with. I gotta wait, we've left yet. So what I might do, I'll sit these old bits together again. I'll screw it together. See if I can find a piece of paper or something or even one of my photocopies of my book, and I'll just take some quick measurements, and then tomorrow I'll bring in the diary and I'll take some proper notes. But yeah, at least I know I can work it through in my head then. So I think it's pretty critical to get this right. So. Taking measurements to off the table to work this door out, so when I build each piece, I know if I slip it in to the original place, it's and nothing's changed, heights are moved, and I'm in the ballpark. So I'll just explain roughly. So the B is the bottom measurement from the table up to the wood, even if it's only just a few mils. Obviously, it's an inch. So an inch is about 25 mils, give or take, without getting fussy. So I'm measuring all these lots. So it's only a couple of millimeters, which is it's only whatever. It might be a 1/16 of an inch from here to here. From here to here. And then I'll also take the top measurement. So when I start shaping and everything, I know roughly what the top measurements is. So when I get the piece of wood even there, if they're not trimmed, and I know I've got a couple extra millimeters, I'll come in the ballpark and I've to shape with. So I've taken measurements here, top and bottom, here, top and bottom, well, obviously roughly in this corner, but rough, from here down to here, down to here, corner from corner to corner, and obviously all the other points around here, and the same here. And I think I did, this measurement here as well. I don't think I did this one here. No, but I didn't do this one, but I can do. I might write that down. So I've got reference spots, and I've marked the table with black marker, and I'll mark around here too, so I know where I've held it down. So if I do make this piece and slip it in there, I know it's still in the right place because I haven't changed this piece yet, and then I'll just mark that, and when I put the other piece in. Really need to know that this is how it's meant to be, I know it's not square, but if I've got all these measurements, at least if I put it back in there and it's the same, I know I'm in the ballpark. So, phone's getting low in battery. But anyway, I might start. No, I'll wait till tomorrow. I'll bring a handsaw and stuff tomorrow, and we'll do some final trimming on these pieces with the bandsaw, and then we'll start obviously cutting all the tongues and all that sort of stuff to fit it together. I'm just going to quickly unscrew that bottom piece, leave all the rest of it screwed together so I can slip that piece out in and out hopefully. And I'll start on that bottom bit tomorrow. And once I've got that right off screwed, I'll use these pieces to mark the hole, so I'll have all the screws in exactly the same place too. So I've got to drill through, a little drill, and screw all the screws back in. That's the plan anyway. So I'll whip these out. Just clamp it back in. Lee's dick anyway. Check. Sweet. Listen. Man's out. And that's good tomorrow. Just want to make keel. Yeah. Hand saw tomorrow. And gently cut. Alrighty, so the next part of this tomorrow will be in another video. I've got a part video made already from Saturday. I'll try and join this into the Saturdays, and then well, we'll see. I might just tap the yeah, we'll see. I'll work it out. So this may be in the video when I start making pieces, or it may not be. Anyway, you'll find out when you see the videos.